Hey guys, and finally, welcome back to the channel. I know it's been a long time since the last video, but we've been doing a lot of permits and getting the next build ready. But what we have behind you here is a little warm-up project. This is a 10 by 20 shed that we're going to be building for you. I'm going to do that start to finish all in one episode. This one won't be as thorough as all the other videos, just because this is just a small project and we want to get it done so we can get on to the next one. But yeah, anyways, enough talking. I think we're going to go ahead and get to painting. And while we're painting, I'm going to let you get caught up on the video here. So let's go ahead and get to work. All right, little update for the floor here. What we did, we saw before, we went ahead and we got our floor put in here. To make things easier, we just put in the frame on the outside and then got that frame squared. And I just went onto the internet, found a calculator that told me what the diagonal distance should be. So that one made that easy. And then we put these blocks here for our foundation, just because this is a small shed, so we don't need to have a big concrete pad or anything thick like that. But this one corner was a little bit too high, so we went ahead and poured this concrete block under here just to support this corner. So I know this corner is really important. This one is going to have a lot of the weight on it. But we did that. That's going to dry. We put our cross members in between there. And next we're going to get ready for the floor. Get our floor, lay it down in here. And then we can go ahead and start frame up our walls. We're back here on the job site. It's the next day here. So you saw yesterday we got our deck put on there, so that is all ready. We didn't want to go ahead and put the walls on yet and add any extra weight, just because we wanted to let this concrete dry here. But as you see here, what we did for our subfloor, we put in this. It's a ground contact pressure treated lumber, so that way if there's any kind of water or anything that gets on there or underneath it, then it's not going to rot or anything like that. It's going to be really good to go. And we use these concrete deck blocks here. That's to lift it up off the ground a little bit, because if you have this closed off and lowered to the ground, that's going to be a perfect place for the rodents to get under. And this is a storage shed, and you don't want mice getting into your storage shed. So that's why we did it that way. Next thing now, this is the new day, so we'll go ahead and get the floor lined out and start the framing. This side here will be the low side, that side will be the tall side, and these side walls will be slanted for our flat shed roof. And other guy over here, he's getting ready for the electricity line to go in. So he's digging that trench there for the electrician. Would have to go up to the house there and drill a hole through the foundation under the house. And electrician, he'll come in and wire that up, and line will go down the trench and into the shed here. Have a couple lights and outlet in there, and just make it a real nice place. So anyways, enough talking, let's get to work. Alright, so I got the front of the wall here, kind of got the layout done for this one. So I just get my top and bottom plates and screw them together, put them down here, and then I make my marks here every 16 inches until I get to these openings where like my windows are. And so king studs there, jack studs, but I like to screw them together so they don't move, and that way I can transfer my marks there. So that way when I'm at the top, then I don't have to remeasure them. Just make sure that these ones are perfectly the same all the way up and down. So now that I got the layout marks done, now I'll go ahead and take these apart, move them out, and then start putting in the framing in between. Alright, a few minutes later, you saw we were ahead and we were able to go ahead and get this all framed up, and we finished everything in here. We put our headers in here for the door, down here for the windows. So I have two windows in here, all little pieces across the top, our double top plate there. So now this thing is all ready to be put up. I was thinking about putting the sheathing on it and then lifting it up, but I think that's going to be a little heavy. And it's early in the morning, so I don't want to wear myself out too quick. So anyways, let's go ahead and pick this wall up. Okay, so we went ahead and built this lower wall down here. This one, there's no windows or doors, so it went together really quick. Just cut all the studs out the same length. Put our bottom plate in here. Up there we have two top plates. Made sure that our seams are separated, so we're not going to have any flex or bow in the wall. But yeah, this is real simple. Set it 16 inches on center. That's going to line up real nice for our OSB to go on. But anyways, let's go ahead and get this one put up. We're running out of daylight. Actually, not really. It's still morning. But anyways, we want to try to get all four walls up today. So we'll go ahead and pick this one up. Alright, so from the time lapse, we just got that end wall done there, and we just put this one together here. It just stopped snowing, which is nice. So that one is good there and ready to be put up. This one, since it's at the angle, this one's just a little bit different. We put up the two sides there at our angles, and we put a chalk line down the center there, and then we put our top plate up, and then we can measure from the bottom to the top there every 16 inches, and that way we're going to get our spacing right. And since this is a 212 roof pitch, we just cut it at the angle, set that on the saw, and get that angle cut out. And what that 212 pitch means is every foot of length of the wall, it rises 2.5 inches. So it's pretty easy to figure the math out on a 10-foot long wall. But anyways, we'll go ahead and get this one lifted up before the next snowstorm comes. And just a little bit later, we're able to go ahead and we got this, the roof rafters put up here. Kind of just what we did. You gotta see over here. We have it cut out top and bottom here just for our to rest on the top plate there and be nice and flush to the top and bottom, and then cut out the angle for the edge there. But we just made one of these rafters that was perfect, and then made a template out of that one, and then cut the rest of them out and put them all up there. Let's go a little bit higher. Went ahead and did our overhang here. This is a short overhang, so I just put a couple supports just every 4 feet, and that's mostly just to make sure that it's staying straight. But the rest of this is ready. Other guys there are bringing around sheets of the OSB so you can get this roof covered up. It's supposed to get a little rain tomorrow, so we want to get this covered up for tonight so we can keep on moving. So anyways, I'm going to climb down, help those guys, and get some sheathing up on this roof. Alright, I'm back. It is the next day here, and I finally have something to actually film here. Made some real good progress. Yesterday we went ahead and put the sheathing on the roof there. You'll see that part when we're up there doing the shingles. Nothing to it. But anyways, we did that, and we put the fascia all the way around the house, and came to the bottom and did the soffit all the way around, and we put these trim boards underneath there. And then there's trim boards that go on the corners there. We're able to get those ones on as a quick and simple process. And see here we got the house wrap on, but before we did the house wrap, we put the some 12-inch flashing. That's this metal here all the way around the house, and then overlap that with this house wrap here. So if any water does ever get behind there, it'll overlap and go down the metal flashing there, and I won't have any problems. But anyways, you see here the next step is going to be the siding to put that on. What I did here to get this started is on the bottom piece, you always have to have some little like bump out piece, because if you just put your siding on there, it'll just lay flat there. There won't be any kind of overlap, and it's going to look funny when you get to the bottom. So since I'm going to have a 1-inch overlap, I cut out a 1-inch strip. Go here, I did a chalk line all the way across, make sure it's nice and straight and level. Nail this piece on there, and the next one, when I get the siding on there, I'll just cover this up, line it up with the bottom here, and then I go from there and just build up my wall. And I'm going to try to get this done today maybe. It's a flat open wall, nothing to it, no windows or doors. Should go pretty quick. So less talking, more working. Let's go. Alright, so it's been a couple minutes here that went by. Anyways, we were able to get this backside done here. I did a little of that on the video. I didn't do the other sides with the video just because it's kind of boring. Same thing over and over again, just putting this siding up. But we were able to get this one side done here. That is complete. And bring it back around to the other side. And come around here. This side is done. Only thing we have left to do now is the front of the shed here. Let me bring it around here. So before we do this one, went ahead and we put one of the windows in there. We still have to put in the other window and the door, and then we can put the trim around the door and windows, and then go ahead and put our siding on there. So anyways, did one window. Let's go ahead and do the other one. Alright guys, I know a lot has changed since the last video here. You saw us just putting up some of the siding, but the siding is finished. We got our doors, windows in, everything is caulked. We went on the roof yesterday. It was snowing and raining, so I didn't video that, but we got the shingles on there, so that is done. Walked around the whole place, got everything finished, looking real nice. The reason I didn't do any videos on this for a couple days now is because it's been raining and snowing, and my camera's not waterproof. So anyways, I'll just kind of put you in here real quick. Put a couple of shelves on the side walls, and put you in here. Another shelf on the other side wall. So inside it is done here. The electrician is going to come and put a couple outlets and a couple lights in the ceiling here just to lighten this place up. But I'll show you that when he gets here. If I'm able to film that, maybe I'll be gone. But anyways, I'll go ahead and get the paint sprayer all ready and start painting this. And I'll see you back here in a minute. Alright guys, well I think that's going to do it for this video. I didn't get a chance to do the video after it was painted because it started raining a bit after that. The paint was done drying, but it started raining, so I wasn't able to get a chance to do a video of that. But anyways, that's just a small project. I'm really happy with the way it came out. It's a nice project to do, one of these small and simple things that gets done in about a week and a half. So really happy with that. But the next one that's coming up for next weekend is going to be our big video starting the new house. So really looking forward to that. So definitely subscribe to the channel because you're not going to want to miss any of those videos. But again guys, thank you so much for watching the video and all your comments and support. But I will see you right back here next weekend.